In the last episode, we developed our product list API. In this episode, we are going to add some unit test cases for that API. Let's start by creating the test class PHP artisan make test. Let's call it product controller test, same as OS controller test. And we have the class created. Let's run our unit test cases so we make sure that the previous test cases does not break. So PHP artisan test, everything working fine. Let's clear the CLI, and I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to stop the video. And yeah, let's use first refresh database, and I'm going to stop the video and create the function or the test method. Then I'll explain it, because if I write it line by line, it might take some time. So I don't want the video to be too long for you. So I'm going to stop the video now and write the first test case, and then we'll explain it. I have created some data in the setup function. This function will run before each test case. So we did create a user and two categories and three products. And I created also this function, list can list a product. This might be our smoke test case, and this is very important. So I'm just asserting that we could call our API and it return a success response. And also I'm asserting the exact JSON structure as we should receive in the response. So if you have a look at the response here, we have a data array, and uh, each object has some products data and the category. We have also links array. We have links object. Sorry, we have meta object, and this object have some values and also some links array inside it. So I'm asserting exact JSON structure. So if any change happen in the response in the API, so it will produce an error here in the unit test. So we are make sure that we are returning exactly what we expect. So and for acting as if I removed it, so we are not able to see to access that API because we are not authenticated. So if I run this test case, so it return 401, right? Unauthenticated response. So I'll bring it back. With that function, we can simulate the authentication in Laravel testing. So with all with our tests with all protected APIs, we should do the same, acting as. So yeah, let's run our test case now. And we still have some error. So I believe active is not correct. Yeah, here we go. So I'll run it again, and everything working fine. I did created also some test cases for filters. So the first one is filtering by product name. So we are calling this acting as to be authenticated by the user, and I'm using this JSON method to be able to pass data as request parameters. So I tried to use get, but I couldn't send request body or request parameters. So it will just accept headers. So I used this function to be able to pass our filters. So we are filtering by iPhone. So we are asserting that it should return successful. It should return 200, and we're asserting JSON count is one product, and we're asserting a JSON fragment, part of the JSON with the key and value. So should have the same exact JSON part. And we also filtering by price range. So we pass the price from and the price to, and in that range we should have two products, and those products are iPhone and Samsung Galaxy. And we also need to filter by stock range. So we should have stock from 25 to 45. In that range, we should have just one product, which is Samsung Galaxy. And we also want to filter by category ID. So the category we created, we selected, we send like the filters by category too. So we should expect one product, which is the Laravel for Dummies book. And yeah, I think that's quite good for our test suite. And I believe in like in a production environment or in real world application, you might work in a project that a lot of new features, a lot of bug fixes, and maybe it is not required from business side that you write test cases or unit tests. But I think if that is the case and you don't have time to write all test cases and all scenarios, I think like a test case like this, it return like 200, and maybe like asserting that in the response you have the same structure as you expected. So that simple case will save you from a lot of trouble, and you will be safe to refactor and do changes, and you will make sure that no surprises happen in production. For example, you might update an API or part of the code, and some APIs and you didn't test it well, but some APIs are broken, so it might return 500 error. With that kind of test cases, you would be more safe with your change. And yeah, that's it for this video. I'll not make it too long. And yeah, stay tuned. See you in the next episode.